I'm not seeing any business that's being stood on. I get some things are just sayings, but some of y'all really need to be standing on business.
The standing on business thing is so hard. I'm gonna just keep quiet. But I want to go back to the business. Can I just sit on business instead? Can I kneel? Can I like lay on business?
What are you talking about? If you don't want to stand on business, that's fine, but you're not gonna get what you want out of life. And this not even in regards to relationships, this is anything in general. You say you want to do something or you're going to do something and then you don't do it, and then you turn around and question why your life is the way it is. You're not doing anything to change it. This video in particular is going to be focused on relationships because oh my gosh, I just had to come on here. I just had to come on the camera because I've seen some things. I saw something in particular today that re-jogged my memory because, you know, sometimes, you know, you be talking to yourself. If you don't talk to yourself, I'm sorry your life is like that, but sometimes you be talking to yourself because, like, obviously you're gonna be the realest person on your team. So I be talking to myself and I imagine, I don't know if y'all do this, but I imagine I'm being interviewed by somebody and they're asking me some of these questions that some of y'all be asking. Maybe I shouldn't be telling y'all all that because low-key it does get crazy. I've never, even in them hypothetical situations, I've never given a response that gave I'm not standing on business. One thing about me, if you're doing some crazy stuff that's on the disrespectful side of things, obviously I'm not taking you to the future with me. And honestly, this really, like, I just wish women, girls, whatever, would really understand the power they have in general. Not even just with what you got with your cooter cat, like not even just that, but just as a human being as a whole. Guys too, technically, but like this not about them, this about the girls, because the girls, y'all just acting too, and I don't know if it's like social media on top of it. So maybe I'm seeing certain things like 10 times what it actually is. I'm seeing the way they say certain things, what they're doing, their mannerisms, how they talk about certain things, and it's quite concerning because I don't think they really understand how a lot of the stuff you see on social media is just not real. It's not what you think it is. Y'all need some guidance, and I guess I'll be that guidance for you. I got like 2 months of experience and I'm over here trying to tell y'all what to do in relationships. The whole premise of this will be to respect yourself. There's this one lady in particular. I'm not gonna go too much into the details before y'all be like, oh, you talking about so and so. I don't want y'all to know who I'm talking about. She in her late 20s, I think, or early 30s, something like that, and she's dating somebody around the same age, I believe. They have a child, and someone in the comment section, there's always that one person in the comment section talking about that could never be me. My guy's first child has to be my first child too, or my first child has to be their first child too, you know, whatever. And sis responded to this comment with a video saying like, oh, you guys do know we're grown now. Literally every guy has a baby, so you just gotta pick the best out of the bunch. And that statement, even statements like that in general, where they make it so certain, like they categorize it for everybody, is so annoying in itself. To me, it's like, how far have you fallen to think that that's the case, or to think that that's all you deserve? Even if it's not even something in regards to that specific example, just anything where it's like, this is your list, this is what you had. Something like your kid being his first kid too is a reasonable thing to have on a list of like non-negotiables or whatever when it comes to relationships. But you know, for whatever reason, girls have been more on the compromising side of things, like, oh, it's okay, kids, if he has kids, 1 is fine, next thing you're gonna see 5 is fine. Like, making such a statement like, all guys my age at this point have a kid, so I'm just gonna pick the best out of them. If that's not what you want, why are you dealing with that? If that's not what you want, why are you even entertaining that? Like, I can't really grasp that thought process. I don't understand that. You want a guy, like, genuinely, wait, especially if you, let's say if you were younger, you wanted a guy who didn't have a child so that your first childs are the same, whatever. Why would you not continue? Because your view of guys is that skewed that you think you're never gonna find a guy, if you have that requirement on your list, that you're just never gonna find a guy like that. That's insane. I don't know if it's the validation or if it's just one of those things where it's like you just want somebody to spend the rest of your life with, so you start compromising on things. But there are just certain things you don't need to compromise on, because the person that's meant for you, the person that's been sent to you from God, will be for you. It's different if on your list you have some like nonsense on there, like they have to be 7 foot and you're like 5'3". Taller than you is a good option, but 7 feet and you're 5'3" is insanity. So something like that, it's like, oh, you knocking the height down a couple notches, whatever. That's understandable. And even then, I feel like that's something that the person that's meant for you, they're going to check that box anyways. So for people to feel as though, not even people, because like I said, I'm speaking to the girls, for y'all to feel like, oh, majority of guys have kids, or majority of guys are like this, they cheat, the cheating one, I haven't even started on the cheating one, I haven't touched on the cheating one. That one, how girls have started to like make it make sense in their head, that blows me. That I will never understand that one. It's like the kids, that one, I don't understand that one, but it's a little bit more understandable. It has a little bit more of a wiggle room. But the cheating, y'all tolerating cheating now? If you're like this, like, obviously I'm not coming for anybody, but I would really like to understand the thought process that's involved in that, because when I look at it, I see it as, you don't respect me. If you turn around to go cheat, and I'm the type of person, especially, I'm not about to be looking in your phone, I'm not doing none of that, because the way me and God are like this, he gonna let me know. He probably told me before and I just didn't listen, and then now the red flags are like extra bright and I just can't miss the signs this time. I'ma still find out, so I don't go snooping, I don't do none of that anyways. I've never felt like I needed to. So on top of already being disrespectful and not caring enough about me to not cheat on me, on top of that, you're going to be sloppy enough for me to just catch you in the act, just there. Like, that is so, that, oh my gosh, why do y'all tolerate that kind of disrespect? I saw a video like previously to this, before I started recording. A girl had asked like, oh, how are you guys affording these Birkin bags, this expensive item, and somebody had stitched it and was like, with their punani. I was thinking about this morning actually, but then I saw that video and it rejogged my memory. There's a reason why the love of money is the root of all evil, because there's absolutely no reason why you as a human being, forget even being a woman, you as a human being should want money that bad, that you're tolerating the disrespect, you're tolerating just anything because of money, something that's not even real. And my thing is, when you die, you can't take the money with you anyways, so you're doing all of this being disrespected just because of money? There has to be more. Like, that does not make any sense to me, and I'm really trying to understand what it is that goes through everybody's heads and minds and all of that, because it's not clicking. Like, I'm not understanding, Steven. What's not clicking, Steven? Like, I honestly don't get it. With these scenarios that I'll see online, I'll look at it and I'll think about it, and I'm like, one thing I always say is never say never, right? I would never say, oh, that could never be me, because you gonna blink and then it's you. But what I do say is, how did they end up in this position? At least let me learn from you. Let me learn, like, let's say you did something and maybe that's something that I would probably do, then it's like, okay, let me not do that, because I don't want to be in this position ever in my life. So I really do wonder, how do y'all get to that point? Because even if it's like a money thing, like, oh, they have money, so I'm just gonna forgive them for the cheating even though they're disrespecting you. Like, it's just a lot of self-love and self-worth that a lot of people are missing and lacking. There's no reason why out of your mouth should be,
oh, every guy cheats, so I'm just gonna pick the best one and just go from there.
Every guy where? In your neighborhood? Every guy in your city? Every guy in your state? Every guy in your country? Like, every guy where? It's not a universal thing at the end of the day. You can't sit here and say, because I was with this guy, and they all cheated on me, that means every guy cheats. You're a bad picker. As much as we like to put the blame on other people, like, obviously put the blame on the guys, because like, it's always their fault, one. But also, like, you the one choosing. And actually that's another thing, kind of tying back to the whole, like, girls have more power than they really, I don't know if you don't know you have that power, or like what it is. I really don't know. I don't know where the disconnect is, and I'm really trying to find it and understand it, but I can't wrap my mind around it. I wish I had, because even my friends aren't like this, so I wish I had like somebody that's like this, so I could speak to and understand where they're coming from. because I just don't get it. I don't get that. I was about to say maybe it's because, you know, slavery and all of that, and hey, maybe it still is. It's literally all girls, every race, everywhere. If you can help me understand that, please let me know in the comment section below. Please let me know. Like, and I was saying this earlier, but I think I got sidetracked. But I think part of the reason why girls will like stay in something even if they're cheated on is because they're like, one, they don't want to go through that whole process over again of finding somebody, talking to them, whatever. They don't want to go through that whole process over again. But also they want to have that like picture perfect family in a sense. Like, they want the husband, they want to have the kids, they want that type of lifestyle. But my thing is, why do you want to have that type of lifestyle with the person that's not meant for you? You see how they're moving. Yeah, you love them and everything. They don't love you. So why do you want to have that type? Why do you want to have a family with somebody that doesn't love you? Why do you want to live with somebody that doesn't love you? Why do you want to do anything with somebody that doesn't even like you? Forget love. They don't even be liking you. Why do anything with somebody that does not even see you as a human being, doesn't like you, doesn't value you clearly, they just don't. Like, why do you want somebody that just doesn't? And I don't know if it's like an ego thing where it's like, oh, I know they don't like me and they hate me and this, that, and the third, but I'm gonna try to convince them and I'm gonna try to change their mind. I don't know if that's what it is. If it is, please stop. Please stop. It is okay. Whenever I think about the whole cheating and whole kids, for instance, and just any of the red flags, toxic trait stuff, whenever I think about that stuff and I think about how girls will like give the guy a second chance or multiple chances, really, all I can think is, how do you move past what they've just done, and how do you like basically convince yourself that they like you enough where you want to continue a relationship, or you want to have kids with them, or you want to X, Y, and Z? How can you think that? How can you move forward when they're showing you? Sometimes they be telling you too, but you're choosing to ignore the words and the signs that they don't even like you as a human being because you want to be married that badly. Is that what it is? You want to have a companion that badly? It's never that deep. Go to God. Not just for you to put all your eggs in one basket, but for you to ignore all of that just because of companionship, just because you don't want to be lonely. Go spend time with yourself. Honestly speaking, go spend time. If that's you, go spend time with yourself. Like, why are you doing that? Don't get me wrong, I understand the girls, it's like, oh, if that's all you know, you may not know better. I get that, but there are girls, that's not all they know. They're choosing to stay because, one, the companion, like, that's who they want by force, so that's who they're gonna get, and two, like I said before, the money. Going back to the companion thing, I think another reason why it doesn't always click for me as to why people move like that is because I see things like, even with breakups, I don't look at it as like an end of something amazing. Yeah, something has ended, but it doesn't mean it's like the end all be all of the amazing relationship. Like, all these people in the world, yeah, starting over is obnoxious and a chore and da 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 da, but if you're looking for that person for you, if you want that person that's for you, only you, respects you, treats you like a queen, treats you like this, treats you like that, amazing, and it's all that, why wouldn't you want to continue looking? Why wouldn't you want to eventually meet them? Even if your man or whoever you were with was amazing, right? Even if they were, and y'all break up and you're like, oh no, like, I don't want to break up with them, I'm so sad, I'm so hung up on them. I've always looked at it like, yeah, you thought they were amazing, but clearly God has even more amazing things coming your way, because he's probably like,
you thought that was amazing and you sad, wait till you see this one. You're not ready for this one. Like, wait till you see this one. You thought he was great, you thought he was all that in a bag of chips, wait till you see the actual person I have for you.
So then I'm like, do y'all think about that? Y'all don't think like, oh, he was great and everything, and yeah, I'm sad, but I know he's not the last person I'm gonna be with. We were able to be together and it was a good relationship and all of that. I know for a fact the person I'm going to end up with is gonna be like 10 times even more amazing. I'm gonna be so shook. He's gonna provide certain things for me that I probably never would have considered. Better is coming, and I know that for a fact because God won't do me like that. That would be crazy if he did. Like, what if this whole time it's like you just supposed to be by yourself? I think it's one of those things where it's like you have to spend enough time with yourself and with him to really understand, this is for me, this is not for me. Me spending time with this guy is because it could help me improve myself for the person that I'm actually supposed to be with. I'm actually very curious as to the thought process behind that. So if you think like that or if you move like that, please let me know, because I want to pick your brain. Honestly, I want to pick your brain. I need to know why. I need to know the why. If anything, I need to know the why. Why do you do this like that and like that? Why do you stay? Why do you think like that? Why do you think these are the only types of guys that you can have? Why? That's the question. This was kind of all over the place and not organized at all, like most of my videos are. So if you want me to actually sit down, detail, talk about certain things, talk about how you can fight back in regards to your thought process behind certain things, let me know in the comment section below, for real, because like I got y'all. I don't know, hopefully like these questions and some of these like tips, little tidbits that I dropped in there really gets you thinking, because y'all have me so concerned, especially for the younger generation that's like coming up and seeing stuff like this on social media. I don't know, y'all. Let me know what y'all think down below. Maybe I know I'm not crazy. I was about to say maybe I'm crazy. I know I'm not crazy. I'll see you next time. Like it like that, like it like